programs of universal service. But we see they are quite related. Okay, so in fact, nowadays, the scope, I mean, what services should be included in the universal service in the US? Of course, it included voice, and now it also includes broadband internet services. And then we're going to take a look at who should be the providers of universal service in the United States. So before 1996, as we say, just the traditional internet exchange carrier, those who were incumbent in their own regions, they have the obligation to provide universal services. But after the introduction of 1996 Act, every telecommunications carrier that provides interstate telecommunication service can be designated to be the provider of universal service. And of course, here we should keep in mind about the controversy here, right? That we just have been talked several times last class, some previous class, dispute or controversy of telecommunication service provider and information service provider. So if a telco is classified as information service provider, maybe you will be free from the obligation of providing it. Okay. So next, we are going to take a look at the current universal service programs in the United States. So there are basically 4 programs here. The first one is the Connect America Fund. It was the same. In the past, it was called Universal Service Fund that we have discussed. Right now, it is called Connect America Fund. Okay, so this fund is paid for by contributions from providers of telecommunication based on the assessment of their interstate and international aid. Okay. In other words, okay, so the first one is the Connect American Fund is about the availability. In the past, it was called Universal Service Fund. Now it's called Connect America Fund. It's mainly targeted on the availability of telecommunication services, and this fund is like okay. We have seen the size of the major telecommunication provider in the United States before, right? Somehow, maybe should be bigger. Okay, so maybe this is how they contribute to that fund. Depends on Okay, the second one is lifeline. It targets the what? Okay, it aims to target to help those low-income customers to pay for okay, like we have discussed. Lifeline is to to give discount. The chart we have seen here. Okay. So to give discount to the new subscribers who may be of lower income. Okay, so the third kind is third program is called schools and libraries, the E-rate program. Okay, so this program provides telecommunication service, internet access, and internal connection to eligible schools and libraries. So it's mainly about education to the schools and the libraries. And the fourth kind is rural health care. I mean, so it's help. Okay, for the rural areas, they don't have to pay much higher because for all we know, in fact, the cost to provide telecommunications to rural area may be higher. So if based on pure economic considerations, maybe they'll be charged higher. But under these programs, they will be charged the same. People, I mean, the rural healthcare providers, they will be charged the same as those who are in the urban area. And all these programs, all the four programs, are administrated by a company that was established by FCC. This company is called Universal Service Administrative Company. So these are the things about universal service in the United States. And the next, we are going to take a look at the universal service in the European Union. Okay, so in the European Union, the concept of universal service is quite related to another concept that appeared much earlier in the United States, which is the service of general economic interest. Okay. So it's similar to the idea of common carrier in the United States for those providers of electricity, the power, the water, postal office, and also telecommunication services. Okay, so the idea of service of general economic interest, service that public authorities of the European Union member states classified as being of general interest and therefore subject to specific public service obligations. And of course, the concept of the content, the scope of service of general economic interest can be ever changing. It will evolve with the time. Okay. So when we think back about the telecommunications regulatory framework in the European Union, especially Okay, so in 2002, the telecom packaging in 2002, as you remember, there are 5 derivatives in that package, right? And one of them is universal derivative. That derivative, just the only goal of that derivative is just to regulate about the provision of universal services in the European Union. But nowadays, we are in this era of EECC, right? The European Electronic Communications Code, okay, which replace all those directives and combine them all in this code, which is, although the name is code, which is still a directive. So it replaces all those directives. So let's take a look at the provisions of universal service under EECC. So you may wonder, why in the United States I talk about a lot about history of the evolution of universal service in the United States. But why I disregard all those, I just talk about the situation right now. Okay, you will see why. Okay, again, let's take about the scope, the provider, and also the funding mechanism of the universal service in the European Union under EECC. The scope, it will include voice and broadband. Okay, the provider of universal service under Article 86, Section 3 of the EECC, it says where member states decide to impose obligation to ensure blah 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 blah, they may designate one or more undertakings to guarantee such availability throughout the national territory. Member states may designate different undertakings or sets of undertakings to provide an adequate broadband internet access service and voice communication services at a fixed location or to cover different parts of the national territory. Okay. That means under this article of EECC, the member state, actually the regulator, the national regulator of the member state, when they feel that provide all those, they make this one company to provide. And then how do they do that? How should the national regulator in those member states do that? It says nothing. Again, in the funding mechanisms, in Article 90, Section 1, it says where on the basis of the net cost calculation referred in when the national regulatory authority finds that the provider is subject to an unfair burden, and the member state shall, upon request from the provider concerned, decide to do one or both of the following. The first one is to introduce a mechanism to compensate that provider for the determined net cost under transparent condition from public fund. The second one is to share the net cost of universal service obligation between providers of electronic communication networks and services. Okay, so it means under EECC, member state